What's going on, everybody? Matt Malatesta here, the Coach's Corner. Big week, state semifinals. What the heck's going on at Emerson? I don't know what's happening over there. Coach Miller has these guys balling out. Congrats to you, Coach. Just talk about the season, the turnaround that you all have had over the past couple of years, honestly.
Well, I mean, last year being our first varsity season, and we didn't have any seniors last year. And each week we honestly took a week-to-week approach. And at the end, we were like, whoa, we've won 9 games, and every game was pretty much a battle, though. And I think coming into this year, last year, we were able to kind of sneak up on some folks because we were a first-year varsity program and a brand new school, and again, had no upperclassmen. So I think we're able to kind of sneak up on folks. This year, not the case. I mean, everyone expected us because of what happened last season. And honestly, as we started out hot, we had a loss there to Argyle, a very good Argyle team. And then probably the best thing that happened to us was the loss week 9 to Lake Dallas. And they're a good team, and Coach Young does a good job. But it gave us kind of an eye-opening and caused us to tighten some screws on some things, and then we played better after that. So you hear a lot of times you can learn a lot more from a loss than you can from a win. We definitely did that week coming from week 9.
What's crazy is that every week is history. You're making history every week. Like, this high school's never been in this situation again. Like, it's super new. What did you say about Emerson when the job came open? Like, hey, this is the right place for me.
I'll be honest with you. It was, when you're coaching and in your career, you just kind of hit a point to where, and I loved everything about Lakeview. I loved working there in Garland, and it was just kind of that time for a change and looking for something to do. That athletic director in Garland was retiring, and I had talked a couple of times with Coach Kirkendall, the athletic director here, and drive by and I see a school's opening, and come to talk with him about it. And honestly, at that point, I did not have an idea of what was inside of it. I mean, what kind of talent or material would be in there. And after doing some investigating, after seeing it, hey, this job may have some possibilities, could be a good job. And Coach Kirkendall, along with Dr. Summers, our principal, hired me for the position. And even then, it was kind of just step to step. We see some good kids. We felt like we'd have fun coaching. And but the kids instantly latched on. And then the other thing, pretty much a huge chunk of the staff from Lakeview came with me. So we knew each other. And all of the hurdles that you have opening a brand new school, we didn't have to take that time teaching coaches because we've been together for a long time. So I think it was just kind of a perfect storm at that time. And then we had some really good kids here that were able to coach.
Okay, so let's break down this game. Keys to this game. What do you think is going to be the keys for y'all to win on the offensive side, and then let's also talk on the defensive side?
Well, offensively, we'll have to move the ball. I mean, we'll have to put series together and put plays together. We don't want to keep their offense off the field. So, I mean, they're really good defensively, and defensively for us is, I mean, they're gonna run the football, and we have to get them off the field and running the ball, and stop the run game. The thing about South Oak Cliff, man, they're 2-time state champion, right? So they're a really good football team, a really talented team, and everyone talks a lot about their players and what they have. They're big up front, they're fast outside, but the bonus with their team is that not only are they really talented, they're also a very well-coached team. And so they're not a team that makes a lot of mistakes. They're where they're supposed to be and do that. So to match that, we have to be the same way. We have to be very disciplined in what we play. And you have to understand that this is a heavyweight fight. This isn't going to be something where you're going to have quick scores and quick points. We have to be methodical about what we do. and we have to execute. I mean, at this point in the 15th week of the season, it's about doing what we know that we do best, and executing and sticking to what it is that we're taught. You can't get caught up in the emotions of the game, and have to really sit down and play the game. And so, they're a good football team. We'll have to play a good football game.
What is the message to your guys, though? You're like, hey, we're brand new. We're making history every day. We're playing South Oak Cliff. They've built into a power program. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you get these guys' mindset? Like, hey, is it David versus Goliath? A little bit, but how do you get these guys, confident? Like, hey, we're gonna go out and win this.
Last year when we played our very first football game, and we walked into the locker room, and we realized at that point that nobody on our team had ever played a varsity football game before. Nobody. And here we are about to play on a Friday night. And everybody's eyes were this big, sitting inside of it. And so our deal was to not make the moment bigger than what it was, because the kids were already nervous about what was going on. And since then, we took it week to week, because, I mean, every week for us was, like you said, was going to be history for us. Winning the first game was history for us from Emerson. It was going to be the first time winning a game with no seniors on the field. Winning the second game was going to be history. Then you got to district. It was winning a district game was something that was going to be history. And then let alone try to make the playoffs. And so the message that we've sent to our kids is that the only thing that we've done since the start of this program is that we've continued to overcome odds. We've done that time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
We've overcome odds so many times that we can't count the number of times that we have. So we're used to doing that. And so here's another week that we're coming out to overcome the odds and come play. So I learned a long time ago, I think, though, from coaches, that if you prepare each week the way that you're supposed to, then when it gets to your biggest game, you prepare the exact same way. So we let everything on the outside be what it is, and we let the environment be what it is. But inside, we prepared the same way that we have every week and gotten ready. And while the game is huge, we know that we try not to make it bigger than what it is, and we still have to line up and play football. So here's another week that we get another opportunity to overcome the odds.
What's awesome is the life lessons that these kids are learning. It's so awesome. Just like, hey, we're counted out. We keep rising to the occasion. It's so awesome. All right, we got to talk about some quarterback play. Michael Hawkins is balling out. He's committed to OU. Talk about him kind of landing on your doorstep coming from Allen. What has he meant to your team?
Well, obviously he's a leader of a football team and has made our offense go. And we've been able to put up some good numbers, and he's been a big reason of that under the helm. The thing with him coming in, which I think was really unique to us, was that, Michael was originally at our junior high and played here. So all of our kids that are seniors, all of these kids is varsity who he's played with up to the 9th grade. So there was never really a learning curve or a chemistry that had to connect, because they already had that. I mean, these kids have been best friends forever. So, and he has been their quarterback. So in a sense, in that, he was kind of coming back home in that. So he was really comfortable with here. A lot of our teachers came from our junior high, Scoggins Middle School, where he went and these kids. So he really came into a familiar environment here. I think that helped some of the success, because you didn't have to take that time for him to get adjusted to our culture and our environment here. So that has helped. And obviously being very talented and being an extremely poised kid, for his age, being a high school player, I think his biggest attribute, people look at the fact that he can throw the football well and can run, but his biggest unique attribute for a high school player is just how poised he is at this young age, playing quarterback, and that's a trait for that position that I think is worth its weight in gold, because I mean, you're on the stage, everyone's looking at you, the bullets are flying around you, but having someone that stays calm and plays and still keeps that cool head and makes plays, it allows his talent to be accentuated. So no doubt been a bonus, and that position matters. It matters at every level, right? Whether it's high school, college, or pro. That if you think about it, someone said to me a long time ago, they said, you can tell what's important to you by checking your checkbook, right? Everybody. And if you look on every NFL team, the guy that makes the most money is the quarterback. Makes more money than any coach, makes more money than any front office guy the quarterback does. So there's a reason that guy touches the ball every snap. So he's been important to us and obviously helps us go and makes our players playing around him have played well too.
And what's cool is, he's got to live up to the hype. His dad, he's an OU commit. His dad was a college quarterback, I believe. It's a lot of pressure on a kid that young and taking a first-year program and just, carrying the banner on the offensive side of the ball.
And I think that's part of the plus about him is that he never gets too high or too low. I mean, he really stays even keel, and I think really avoids all of that, all of the noise on the outside. I mean, he's going to be the first person on the practice field every day. Every day, he's the first person out. We'll never have to wonder where he is. He'll be the first person coming in here. He's going to take care of his body and take care of the little things. So by being really focused and driven on the task at hand, he spends so much time on that he really doesn't have time to listen to the noise and the pressure outside. So I think he really just comes to play football and enjoys it.
Hey, finally, offense is awesome. Defense wins championships. Give me those alphas on the defensive side of the ball. Who are they? Well,
Agape Lawrence has been our leader of this team since we started. Agape, our middle linebacker, is just a junior. We have in the offseason, we move everyone out of the varsity locker room. And then the players have to earn their way back into the varsity locker room.
Very cool.
And so they earn it by how they work, by their character, by their commitment each day, by their timeliness, how they are in the building. And the first 4 that earn their way in end up being the captains for the next year. Well, the first person that earned their way into the varsity locker room was Agape Lawrence. And Agape is, and no one questioned it.
Yeah.
Every player expected it, and he's just a junior. So for an underclassman to be the first one, to be the leader, to be the first captain of the football team, and no one questioned it, it tells enough about his work ethic and how he plays. And just like I say about Mike's the first player on the field, the first defensive player every day will be Agape Lawrence. Always will take care of business. There's never a question you have to worry about. He plays and practices with a motor. He was the defensive player of the year last year. The awards haven't come out here this season yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be up there again. But as a sophomore, to be the defensive player of the year says a lot about him. So he's our motor. He's our engine defensively.
Well, Coach, go get him, man. What a tremendous job you've done, at Frisco Emerson, new school. It's hard to open a school. It is. It's hard.
It's very hard. I'll never do it again. I can tell you that. I will never ever do it again. But I'm very, very, and I mean this when I say it. It's hard for me to ever say because it's what our coaching staff has done. I mean, these guys here work tirelessly and are really committed to it. The preparation that they do and the commitment they have to our kids is what has allowed us to be successful. The only smart thing I've done has been to hire these guys. But this staff, coaching staff on the offense and defensive side are the ones that have really made this thing go. So any time my name is mentioned, it has to be mentioned with those guys and what they've done to get this team prepared.
Well, Coach Kendall Miller and his staff have set the bar high. They've set the bar high for Frisco Emerson. Coach, congrats. And, hey, we're rooting for you this week. Let's see how this all plays out.
Absolutely.
What a story y'all are in your second year. And kudos to keeping these guys on the right track and believing. Man, I'm a believer now in Frisco.
There we go. Thank you, man.
All right, Coach. We'll see you at the games. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.